Did you ever get one of these?
I did. I love it, especially when I'm cooking.
Yeah.
For reading recipes or just having stuff on the computer?
Recipes, or if I'm listening to something and I can just scroll.
Never thought about that. That is.
No, it's really nice, because you can go now, with an iPad, you can go into recipes,
Please rise.
so it doesn't like black out.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman DeGroot is excused. Councilwoman Hartman. Here. Councilman Schatzel.
Here.
Supervisor Quigley.
Here. Thank you very much and welcome to the Town Board Workshop meeting for Thursday, January 8th. Please note the exit signs in the rear and to your left. And in case of an emergency, please exit in an orderly fashion as directed. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda? No?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to open the floor for public comment on items that are on the agenda. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Mr. Obajewski.
Should be about 1 minute, Mr. Supervisor. Good evening.
Turn the mic on, we just.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Regis Obajewski, 170 Ledge Road, Town of Ulster. On today's agenda, on page 49 of the attachments for tonight's meeting, I was surprised to read that Anna Hayner had been appointed to the post of Deputy Town Supervisor. My understanding is that the supervisor has every right to do this. The right of the law does not lessen the shock of the action. This just seems like more crazy shenanigans going on in the town of Ulster. Now you see it, now you don't. I'm out of here, now I'm back. I might do this again, I might not. You ain't seen nothing yet, now watch this. For pity's sake, our town has become in some ways a cartoon. I mean, no disrespect to Anna Hayner whatsoever. In fact, I congratulate her on this appointment. She lost her election, or re-election, excuse me, re-election bid fair and square. But this deputy action has all the appearance of overriding the will of the town's voters by shoehorning her into the board as a deputy supervisor. It also has the appearance of mistrust. Too low. It also has the appearance of mistrust of the 3 existing elected board members and their ability to assume such an assignment. A cleaner and more collegial method of selection would have been for anyone on the town board to recommend someone, Anna Hayner among them, as an interim 5th board member, call for a board vote and welcome that person who will serve until a special election, and then select the deputy from one of the 4 based on their performance and leadership ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Obajewski. Any other public comment on agenda items? Seeing none, Ms. Reedy, communications.
No communications.
Moving on to new business. Under new business, the first item is a presentation which requires no action on behalf of the board, but it's a presentation to the community of a monthly EMS report for the month of December 2025. It will be or has been posted on the town's website.
Will be.
Will be. In addition, there is a cumulative report that followed shortly behind that. That was for the period March through December 31st, which will be also published for the benefit of the community. It shows the total number of calls, and forgive me, I don't recall, but I do remember that it's less than 1% for the March through December period where the town was dependent upon outside services other than Empress, which is a dramatic improvement from the 15 or 20% that we were facing in February of 2025 when we made the decision to move ahead. The board will be convening under the auspices of Mr. Groot a meeting with all the fire districts, Empress, and all the other involved agencies, meaning the police department and the town of Kingston, sometime in the next 30 to 60 days to discuss the performance and see if there could be any improvements. So that is a matter for public record and it's available for your review. The next item is a presentation of the revised fee schedule, which was originally published in December. The water and sewer rates have been revised, and that is available on the town's website. We will be considering that for adoption at the next meeting. The next item is the presentation of a resolution authorizing the supervisor to issue a request for proposals for accounting and valuation services to prepare required information for compliance with GASB 34. This is merely an authorization for the supervisor's office to go to the professional community to seek the preparation of a proposal that would identify the economic costs and the process for accomplishing the target goals of this proposal. That will be also considered at a future meeting when Mr. Groot is here. Our first matter requiring a decision is a motion to authorize the out-of-town travel for Councilwoman Hartman and Councilman Schatzel to the New York State Association of Towns newly elected officials meeting in Albany, January 14th through the 16th, 2026. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ladies and gentlemen, authorizations of these types are important because what it does is it shows that the travel outside the town is an official act of business of the individual associated with the town, and therefore they are accorded coverage under the various insurance policies that the town. God forbid that someone travel out of town on an unauthorized basis and something happen. I would not want to have Mr. Groot concerned about the liability to the town. So we will be routinely going through this year for every individual who needs to travel outside the town. The next item is a motion to authorize the out-of-town travel for Councilwoman Hartman to the New York State Association of Towns annual meeting in New York on February 14th through the 17th. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. The town of Ulster has received several years ago a grant from Ulster County for the construction of the water and sewer services to the Quality Inn on the west side of the New York State Thruway. Tonight, we're requesting authorization for the supervisor to sign change order number 3 for contract TU 242 sanitary sewer extension to the Rupco project. This includes the installation of a ever-critical emergency generator, the purchase of a reserve pump in case the pump in the existing pump station fails, will be kept in inventory in the sewer plant, and the various connections that are required for connecting the electrical generator to the power grid and to the propane source. So may I have a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the change order?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Jim,
Yes,
can we just ask if we could get a quote for a fence to go around that? Because I read the proposal and I didn't see any fencing.
okay. As a follow-up, the other day I asked Ms. Sweeney to contact the county to find out the available funds in the project. There seems to be a mismatch in what they say we have available and what we say we have available. And I would not commit to spending any more money until we resolve those mismatches because I don't want to have an over budget problem. So it'll be at least 2 meetings before we get there, but given that it's winter time, we're not going to get the fences up now anyway. All right. The next item is a resolution authorizing the settlement of a tax cert case, Restaurant Growth Services LLC, Florida Sam Mass Ventures versus the town of Ulster. Tax certs are evaluated based upon the valuations at that point in time that the case is brought versus the assessed value and the implied market value. And they're evaluated based upon the potential cost to the town of defending the lawsuit. In this matter, the town is giving back $60,000 in value, which equates to less than $1,000 refund in 1 year and $180,000 in value in another year, which is less than $2,700 in tax refunds. We would expend that in preparing an appraisal and hiring attorneys to defend this case. So it's based upon those economics that I would ask for a motion to accept this resolution as presented.
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman DeGroot, excused. Councilwoman Hartman.
Yes.
Councilman Schatzel.
Yes.
Supervisor Quigley.
Yes, thank you very much. And the last item on our agenda is merely notice to the town board of the appointment under the supervisor's discretionary powers in town law, section 42 of Miss Anna Hayner as deputy supervisor of the town. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our agenda for tonight. I am more than happy to open the floor for public comment on any matter that anyone wishes to call to our attention. Anyone, Ms. Freed?
Good evening. My name is Jillian Freed. I'm at 128 Raina Street in Harlan, New York. First off, Happy New Year to the board. I hope everyone has a healthy, safe, and prosperous new year. So good evening, Supervisor Quigley and the town board members. I want to remind you what actually happened in the village of Warwick. Not in theory, not in modeling, but in real life. Battery energy storage system caught fire. So this is the third best fire in 2 years. This facility caught fire twice now, and the other one located on the school campus caught fire once. The Village of Warwick Code Enforcement Office formally condemned the facility. The official finding was clear. Energy storage system components caught fire, indicating system failure. The village ordered the system to be disconnected from the electric grid, required immediate reduction of stored energy, and took the extraordinary step of condemning an operating energy facility because it was deemed hazardous to life, health, and property. This is not a near miss. This is not a hypothetical. This is a documented best failure in New York State. And during that incident, hydrogen cyanide was released, a fast-acting, highly toxic gas produced during lithium-ion battery fires. Let me be clear on this point. There's no safe level of hydrogen cyanide exposure. Measurements do not equal safety. A reading below a guideline does not mean the air is harmless. It only means it crossed a regulatory threshold at a specific moment, at a specific location in time. Hydrogen cyanide interferes with the body's ability to use oxygen at the cellular level. Firefighters train for this because seconds and minutes matter, and communities downward do not get any protective gear. So as a reminder, Christine Todd Whitman told the public after 9/11 that the air was safe to breathe, a statement later proven tragically wrong. So the question for Ulster is simple. If a BESS can be condemned after it fails, if toxic gases are acknowledged after they are released, and if emergency orders are issued after residents and first responders are exposed, why would you knowingly allow the placement, this risk next to your residents' homes, schools, wetlands in the first place? Warwick is not an outlier. It is a warning, and ignoring real incidents does not make future ones safer. I have attached the full condemned sign. I also have both of the Warwick violations, the letters from, I will give these for your record.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
You filed a FOIL request this morning.
Yes.
I have no idea what you foiled.
So what I did foil was that there is a automatic support Ulster BESS button. It's from New Yorkers for Clean Energy. Basically, it's an automatic tab that's set up that people could just click it and they can fill out their name, their address, their information, and it automatically sends a letter to the town of Ulster board. So it's fast action. So what I researched that I can foil and get those emails sent, you could search it by fast action. I could try to send Susie some more information, but it's basically an automated generated template that's used
Do you
for
have any
campaigning.
idea when they established that button? Because I'll be honest with you, I have not received
No.
anything.
Not yet, okay. I'd say probably a little more than a month ago, but I can find out.
Okay, because
Okay.
if anything shows up, we've made a pledge. Everything goes on the website.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna adhere to.
Yep, and Susie's been great at getting everything back to me and I'm sorry.
That's
and
okay.
Detailed information. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I have a question. Do you know how we tell if an email comes in from them?
I have to look it up, but yeah, you can find it out. There's a way to search
Yeah, where-
of where it can be tracked to.
Okay.
So you could see those auto-generated mass emails, campaign emails that may start to come.
Because I had never heard of what you were asking for either, so.
I can send it to you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ma'am?
Hello, everyone. My name is Winnie Sokolowski. I live at 390 Joyce Lane in Hurley, New York. I just wanted to bring to your attention a letter that was drafted by the Los Angeles County firefighters, January 2nd, 2026. These are excerpts from that letter. This correspondence serves as a formal cease and desist notice on behalf of the LA County firefighters, Local 1014. Notice of unacceptable and foreseeable danger. The siting of a BESS facility next to an occupied fire station where firefighters work and reside 24 hours per day constitutes an unacceptable, unsafe, and indefensible action that directly contradicts established fire protection engineering principles, firefighter safety standards, and the intent of applicable codes. BESS facilities are recognized as high hazard industrial installations that present uniquely severe risks, including but not limited to thermal runaway and cascading battery failure, deflagration and explosive overpressure events, release of highly toxic gases, including hydrogen fluoride, delayed ignition and reignition without warning. Fire stations are mixed-use facilities containing residential occupancy under the California Building Code, California Fire Code, and LA County amendments. Firefighters live, eat, and sleep within these facilities. Placing a BESS facility adjacent to such an occupancy would never be permitted for traditional residential housing and is equally impermissible here. If it's not considered safe to be next to a firehouse, how can it be considered safe to be in our neighborhoods? And this is from people who know, they've been fighting these fires, so we're very concerned about this. And lastly, Local 1014's opposition is not limited to fire stations. BESS facilities pose an existential threat to public health and safety when located near residential homes, schools, and neighborhoods. Civilians, including children, seniors, and medically vulnerable populations, have no ability to mitigate or respond to BESS failures involving toxic gas release, explosion, or long-duration fire events. The Local 1014 hereby demands that you cease and desist from further consideration, review, or approval of a BESS facility adjacent to a fire station 43 in this case. Cease and desist from approving BESS facilities in proximity to residential occupancies within LA County. Confirm that no permits, conditional approvals, variances, or discretionary actions will be granted for such sightings. The dangers are known, foreseeable, and preventable.
Do you have the full letter?
Yes.
Okay,
I
can
have
you
it.
turn that into the clerk?
Sure, and just, it's written by Anthony Marone, the fire chief of LA County firefighter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any additional public comment here tonight? Going once? Going twice? No additional public comment? Mr. Kimball's favorite motion?
To adjourn?
Absolutely.
I will make it.
All those in favor? Aye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight. Our next meeting is on Thursday, the 22nd. This is to give Ms. DeGroot time to come back from her sojourn. The Hudson Valley One article saying that the next meeting was on January 15th was incorrect. So it's January 22nd, the fourth Thursday at 6:30 for the pre-meeting and 7 o'clock for the full meeting. Thank you very much and be safe out there.